Thank you very much for the question. The training with 𝗁𝗁 has been very, very interesting. I've learned quite a number of things. For the BioDev project, we are going to be working a lot with different stakeholders from different sectors, from the government, from the non-state actors. We're going to be working together with young people. We're going to be working together with women. We're going to be working together with policymakers. So this is a diverse range of stakeholders. And what I've learned from the 𝗁𝗁 training is really how to facilitate dialogue among these different actors, to be able to get the priorities of the different actors, to be able to get their challenges, to be able to get their needs and their priorities, and also the opportunities for engagement. So when we look at the issue of, for example, collective intelligence, this gives us the principles along which we need to do our engagement. So we really need to think about being non-judgmental. We need to think about creating a space and room for everyone to express themselves. We also need to give time for people to self-reflect and think about, the issues that they have raised, to also think about the issues that have been raised by the counterparts in the room. So I think when we think about collective intelligence, really, it makes us very deliberate to create room for everybody. And what I learned also from this training now is also some of the tools that we can be able to use to be able to gather this collective intelligence. And this includes the 𝗁𝗶𝗃𝗄, which was also a very interesting tool that we could use to identify common ground and common areas of collaboration. We also talked about the 𝗁𝗏𝗃𝗃 tool that can be used to identify what are the priorities, what are the needs, what are the resources that are available, what are the actors doing in a landscape or even at the national level. And then finally, yesterday, we also played the serious game, which I found very interesting. It was challenging at first, but once, we got the rules of the game and how to interact with the game, it was a very interesting game. I think it's something that we need to share widely with, in the world, so that people can be able to visualize the state of the environment, the state of the natural resources, even when we are making decisions. So I think that's what I could think about when it comes to the training. The facilitation skills that we have learned over the past few days with the BioDev training are going to be very useful for myself, and even I believe from the other country program leads when it comes to implementing BioDev, in the sense that because we need to work through a stakeholder engagement process, we are going to be able to use the tools that we have learned today to be able to identify who are the actors that need to be at the table. So, for example, when we're talking about reforms, or we're talking about recommendations that we need to make, or subsidies, incentives that we need to make along different value chains, for example, agriculture or marine or forestry, the tools we've learned will enable us to identify the stakeholders that need to come to the table. And then, apart from knowing who we need to bring to the table, we are now going to be able to know how to collectively develop scenarios of how we foresee this policy processes taking place. And apart from that, is also to be able to develop the solutions together. Because when we talk about natural resources, these are shared resources. And if the resources are depleted, all of us in the community are going to be affected. So we need to be able to come up with solutions together so that we can be able to implement these solutions in order to preserve the natural resources. And then I think also when we look at Objective 2, where we're looking at developing a pilot project, the tools are also going to enable us to be able to prioritize what are the needs in the communities, and at the same time be able to engage and negotiate with the actors. And this also includes the donors, because we need to see how we are going to interact with the donors. We need to see how we are going to be able to develop a project that is attractive to the donors and also aligned with the vision and the mission of the different donors that we are thinking of approaching through the BioDev project.